This video kind of splits into two parts. Midway through, I kind of stop and watch back what I've just said and then react to it, because I've been spending the day trying to work on projects and figure stuff out, and as with the title, I just feel like an absolute muppet. But I feel like recording the first 4 or 5 minutes made me suddenly realise what I needed to do, and then the next 5 minutes of me demonstrating that. So if you watch and you think, oh God, Sheepdog, shut up, just push on a bit, because you know, your feedback is welcome, your advice is welcome, your thoughts are welcome, your comments are welcome. I always love hearing what you have to think, and it's all part and parcel of helping me get better with stuff. So yeah, enjoy the video. Cheers. I mentioned the other day that I was going to book a couple of days off to do some writing and generally try and kickstart some projects and actually sort of clear my head of things that I wanted to do and work on and blah, 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 blah. And I'm at the end of day 2 now. I go back to work in the morning, and I've written just under 4,000 words. I've written a lot of plans. I wrote out the kind of frame for the whole story, and I feel like that's an idea. It's there. I can write it out. I can just crack on with it now. So, the old process is writing 500 words a day. If you do that, if you stuck to that religiously, at least 500 words, you know, but aimed for a bit more, you'll get there in the end, kind of thing. That's how I've always worked with this sort of thing. But all of a sudden, as the day went by, I just started to feel like a bit of a muppet. I just basically started feeling like, what am I doing? It's not normal for a grown man to book 2 days off work and just sit there trying to write a couple of books. It just feels a bit silly, and I'm annoyed with myself now, because I feel like if I do it, I'm gonna have this niggling doubt of, why am I doing it? I'm wasting my time. If I don't do it, then I've literally just wasted 2 days on a flight of fantasy that was pretty stupid to do. I can't shake it. I just feel like a moron. I feel like, you know, I like the story I'm writing, and I think I'm doing it for myself. But ultimately, I'm looking at things like what I want to do with life, my dream scenarios, and it's like, when people ask me that, I always imagine myself promoting something I've made, or basically having made something I'm so proud of that I want to go around showing people it. When I met, I can't remember the guy's name now, but he'd written this book, and he basically pounced on us and started telling us about it. And when he was talking about it, he had such belief in what he'd written. He was so happy about what he'd made that he basically talked us into buying it. And I had so much kind of like, oh wow, this guy has done an amazing job selling this. He seems really happy with his life choices. He seems really pleased with himself. You know, let's get his book. And Emily's read his book, or she read half of it so far, and she says it's really good. And I'm like, good on him. He's done it. He's done basically the thing that I want, you know, that I would love to do. I'm not saying I'd want to do it as like I'd quit my job and run off and spend my life touring the country, but I just love the idea of having something I've made that I'm so passionate about. I would get on and do it. And now I feel like that's just a pipe dream that everyone thinks that. I'm not exactly original thinking that's a thing, and it feels a bit silly that I even spent any time on it. I'm kind of at this bit now where I'm like, I don't know, I'm just feeling stupid. I don't know if I'm just feeling particularly down. I got up early this morning. It was, you know, I got up to take Ben into nursery, and when I come back, I was just like, should I bother? Should I do it? Yeah, I'll do it. And I pushed on, and I was happy with what I'd written, and I felt like I'd straightened some bits out. But then I thought, I've done this too many times. What I've kind of done is, yes, I've written a lot, but I've actually rewritten massive amounts of what I wrote before, because I realised I was doing a lot of telling, and I was trying to turn it into showing, which is the whole rule of writing, show, don't tell. And then I started watching loads of videos and reading loads of articles about just different ways to do different things that I was trying to do with the story. And I just thought, I'm not very good at this. Well, what's frustrating is I know I can write. I mean, I've written books before. They weren't great books. I wrote them with Kev. We probably rushed them a bit. We didn't. The problem with them is we didn't get an editor to edit them. So I feel like the story was good and imaginative, but we didn't pay an editor to edit through them. We didn't treat them like professional pieces of work. You know, I feel like we made some. Well, we edited the ending of the main one that I wrote the most of. We didn't write the ending I wanted to write. So then what I'd written for book 2 didn't fit, meaning that I just kind of lost the momentum to bother with that story. Kev didn't want to continue with the one that, you know, we both wrote them quite equally. I don't mean that to sound like he wrote one and I didn't, but the point was we didn't continue either of them because I think Kev just didn't have the time to do the one he'd written, the one that he'd taken lead on, and the one that I took lead on changed too much, so I just couldn't be bothered in the end to do that. So that kind of killed it at that time, and I've always wanted to get back into it, but I feel like, I don't know, it's not a realistic aim. I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I feel a bit silly in general at the moment because I'm doing this channel, obviously, and I feel like I've been talking about the serious stuff that's been going on in our life so often now that I'm worried. I mean, I know I've said this before, and I know people have said to me they like watching it, and I shouldn't worry, and it's not that I'm worrying, it's that I'm feeling like I've basically just become a constant, right, I'm talking about this all the time, and it's serious, boring stuff, and I'm moaning about whatever, and I'm like, oh, shut up. You know, if I was watching it, I wouldn't want to watch it. So then I'm like, what am I doing? I haven't, I've lost this creative kind of drive of confidence that I had. I was raring to go on it all, and I was confident about it all, and you know, it was all good. And then I had a bit of a block, or I was a bit busy or whatever, and now I felt like I've got the time, I've got the buzz to do it, and I want to do it, and now I'm just feeling stupid, and I'm being hit by this kind of doubt of, what am I playing at, what am I doing? And it started to make me question everything I'm doing, because I'm thinking I should be trying to do something more or better, and I'm not. I thought maybe if I do a video, I'd feel a bit better. I'd work it out, and I'd feel a bit happier. But now I just feel like I shouldn't be putting such negative stuff out into the world. It's another negative video. You know, I feel like a Muppet, and I don't know what to do really. I just don't. I watched that first part back and thought to myself, what do I want to do? What's my problem? What's getting in the way? And I think what it is I don't have a plan. I don't have a proper plan about it. So I'm writing this stuff with the aim of doing what with it, with the aim of doing what with that, and the aim of doing what with that, and what's the end result that I'm aiming for. And that's my problem. I've not written a goal. I'm doing this channel. What's my goal with this channel? What am I planning to do with this? You know, there's no structure around any of that. So I think that's what I need to do. I need to sit and I need to work out. And then kind of, if I get to this point by doing these 20 things, starting at this thing, knowing I've got to move on to that thing at a certain point, that might make more sense. And that's what I think I need to do. But then I also need to establish whether that is realistic, because there's no point me sitting and doing that every day if when I'm finished it, I'm not prepared to go and get it edited and get it looked at and get it done and send it off to someone and start publishing. Am I going to publish it, or am I going to self-publish it? You know, what am I doing? What's the plan with that? So I need to sit and figure that out, and then I need to dedicate time, effort and money to it. You know, me doing this, what's the plan with this? Am I just picking this up twice a week and talking at you? And if I am I okay with that? Is that the plan? Are people bothered? Should I bother? It feels weird putting your thoughts out on the internet. With the whole autism diagnosis part, I do that because it helps me massively. It helps me massively knowing that people are going through the same thing, that you can, you know, give me your advice, that you know that I'm going through the same as you, that, you know, if you need help, you've found the video, other people are benefiting from that. It just keeps me connected to the other people going through it. That's great. But when there's nothing going on with that, and I'm doing videos about my daily nonsense or just telling stories, I feel like, I don't know, what's the point of that? Why am I telling a story about my random day? What am I hoping to achieve? You know, I don't have any illusions that I'm suddenly going to be one of these, you know, famous YouTubers with millions of followers and I just sit there and talk about nonsense, because that's not realistic. That doesn't really happen for anybody. And if it did, there are people who've been doing it for 8, 9, 10 years. So the plan there would basically be, okay, I'll just keep doing this for a decade. And part of me thinks, yeah, that's interesting, that's fun. I like being able to say, yeah, I do a YouTube channel, but I'm still odd about it. It's all a weird scenario. I feel like I don't even know how you plan a channel out, really. I take it as it comes. I'll just record them. These are never me going, oh, I'm not going to do it anymore, sulk, sulk, sulk. It's just weird being someone who puts stuff out or creates stuff, because I don't do that this every week with the podcast. I don't sit and think to myself, where is this podcast going? What is the point of this podcast? We just turn up every week and have a chat, and that's it. And some weeks we don't because stuff's got in the way. Other times we might create an event, we might do something with it. You know, great. I guess I just need to treat it like that, really, and just stop worrying. But I'm glad I've done the video because I still feel like a Muppet. I still feel stupid, but I feel like I've cracked I've worked through what my stumbling block was. I need a proper plan. I need to decide whether I'm prepared to do these bits. And I think I am, but then I also want to weigh up how realistic it is. Maybe, I think part of the problem is I don't have anyone to talk to about this stuff. I don't have anyone to say, is this realistic? Should I bother with it? Who I trust. I mean, I could talk to my mum and she'd say, nah, don't do it. You know, frankly, she'd just be like, don't waste your time, just get on with your job. I don't want to talk to someone who's just going to go, yeah, do it. I guess I need to I might hunt out some experts and have a proper chat with them, or people who've done it, and just say, you must have had these doubts, what did you do? That would be a good idea. I think that I'm glad I've said that, because I can find people online. I won't go for people who've kind of, you know, it's all well and good me going online and reading what Stephen King did or what Neil Gaiman did, or people like that who are these worldies who are once in a generation kings of writing. Then their advice is useless to me because their brains are wired differently. They're different people. They're different entirely. I mean, I can't even go look at what Kev's done on YouTube and just go, oh, I'll do that, because it's just different. His scenario is different. It's. I've got to just talk to lots of different people, I think, and figure it out. And that's what I'm going to have to do. And I'm glad I've said this now because, you know, it's helped me figure it out, I guess. But I don't know what the answer's going to be. Maybe that is going to be something I'll carry on doing. And let me know what you think, actually. I will search for the answers. I will talk through the answers. If I can get people's advice, I'll get it. I'll share it. If I can get them to share it with me on a camera, that's even better. But that would be useful. I just feel like that's what I need to do at the moment. I need to keep plugging away. I'm going to talk to Claire about it, I think, and just see what she thinks, whether she thinks I'm being a Muppet or whether she thinks it's just a fun hobby, and crack on and see where it goes. I like talking to my sister about stuff like this because she often just says to me, have you considered just doing this or whatever? And she'll give me some weird perspective and that'll crack it. But she's been busy at the moment, so she's, you know, and I don't know if this stuff's outside of her knowledge zone, but we'll see what she has to say. But no, I'm glad I've done a video, and I'm gonna, because I'm worried that you'll all load up the video and go, yeesh, and you won't get this far. I'll add a bit on the start just to explain that stick with it. So yeah, thanks for watching. I don't normally do videos on a Tuesday. My God, it's Tuesday. I keep thinking it's the weekend or something because I'm at home. But hopefully this feels like it's almost got to where I started going down into a hole, and I feel like I've started to dig out of it already, which is great. And that's a little bit of a swing, but only because I've started talking about it, because it was niggling at me. It's been really biting at me all day. So fingers crossed. I'll let you know how I get on. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.